So the afternoon time can feel like the hardest part of your day because it is the end of the day and you are exhausted. But with the right routines created, it can feel more organized and flow much better to protect your energy. So let me show you how my afternoon block looks like, from my chore block to our dinner routine and finally our bedtime routine. Let's get into it. My name is Iman, and on this channel, I help Muslim moms homeschool with confidence and joy while having routines and systems to stay on top of their home management and doing all that without sacrificing your own self-care. So this video is part of a series called Routines for Peaceful Rhythm. And in this series, I'll show you all my routines that I have created for my home and my homeschool. From morning routine to quiet time routine, to my routines and my afternoon block. I show and I share with you how I did it and how it looks in my own home. And so if you're interested in exactly how I do it, make sure you check out the whole playlist of the series down in the description box. Okay, so the afternoon time block is the most busiest time block in my day. And this is the time when my energy starts depleting and I am tired and I'm ready for the day to end. And so I use my time blocking system, which is called the Barakah time block. And if you are interested in learning more about that, check out this video. And so in my Barakah time blocking system, I have 5 time blocks. And the afternoon time block is the second last time block right before the nighttime time block. And so this is the time when it's busy. We have a lot of things going on. We have sports, programs, and then we have to get dinner ready, eat dinner, and then we do bedtime with my kids. And so because there's a lot going on in that time block, and I am tired and I have less energy, I have created specific routines to help me keep my day flowing well, even through this tiring part of my day, which is the afternoon time block. So I have created specific routines that you will see that help me flow through the day really well, and my kids know what to expect to hopefully get into bed on time and to eventually have my own quiet time in my own nighttime time block. Okay, so now I want to show you exactly what I do in my afternoon time block and which routines that I have. And then I'll also share some tips and advice on things that you should do to help your afternoon time block flow well as well. Okay, so now quiet time has finished and it's around 3:15 and we are into our afternoon time block. And the first thing I do is dinner prep. I start making dinner very early in my day. So around 3:15 is when I start actually cooking dinner. I already have the meat out. I already maybe cut up some vegetables during breakfast or during lunch because I already know what meals we're having. I have a whole meal planning rotation system in which I teach in this video. And so because of that, I have my whole meal plan rotation system set out, and I know what meals we're having for lunch and dinner every day of every week. And so starting dinner early is literally the key to have a more organized and peaceful afternoon time block. The days that I don't start my dinner early and I'm falling behind, it just ruins my whole afternoon and then into my evening. The number one advice I can give is start prepping your dinner early, like 3:30. And so once my dinner is pretty much cooked and is done, then I can go on to my next part of my afternoon. So the next thing I do in my routine after I finish making my dinner is starting on my chore block. And at this time, just so you know, my kids are having screen time. So after we have quiet time and quiet time is done, my kids get screen time. Each of my kids get 35 minutes of their show. And so my oldest child gets their show, my second child gets their show, and my baby just watches with them. So they get approximately an hour and 15 minutes of their TV. So while they're watching TV, that's when I'm cooking my dinner and finishing up my dinner. And this is when I do my cleaning block. So based on my Google Calendar, I have specific blocks that I clean throughout the week. I don't clean every day. I don't recommend cleaning every day. And so I choose the days I want to clean. I clean around 4 days a week. And so I set a block of time, which is like 45 minutes of cleaning. And that's the only time I'm doing my weekly or my monthly cleaning based on my Google Calendar. So if you're interested in how that works, make sure you check out this video and how I set up my Google Calendar, how I set up my cleaning tasks for the week and the month, and when I do my cleaning blocks. So when I have a cleaning block that day, I do it then. I set a timer and I get my cleaning done. And so once my cleaning is done, the next thing that comes is our sports or program. Right now, as I'm filming this video, we don't have anything. And so our afternoon is a little less chaotic. but usually we do have some sort of sports like karate, swimming, soccer. So whatever my kids what sports they want to do, I usually choose it to be this time, and we get ready to go. And so once we go to sports, we're gone for an hour. We come back, dinner is ready, and we get straight into our dinner routine. And so having a dinner routine is important because you should give each of your kids a job to do during dinner if they are older, okay? So right now, my 7-year-old is the only one that helps me with dinner. Even the younger ones can help, but it's up to you. You know your kids, but you should give certain jobs to certain kids. One kid should get all the plates ready and put them on the plate. The other kid maybe should get the juice and the ketchup ready and get it out of the fridge and put it on the table. And so give each of your kids certain activities that they can do to get the table set up. So when you do bring the food over and you put food in everybody's plate, everything's already set up at the table and everybody has plates and forks and spoons and you can start eating. The other thing about dinner is if you can, to start dinner early. So 5:30 is when we start eating dinner. This changes, of course, when we have sports or programs. We usually come home maybe 6:15, and then we start dinner right away. So if we don't have any sports or any activities, then we do 5:30. 5:30 allows us to have enough time to have dinner, to connect as a family. I might even read some books to my kids, and that gives me enough time to, once we're done having dinner, my kids have put the dishes in the dishwasher, and they play. It gives me time to also reset and clean up the kitchen. I try to clean up the kitchen as much as I can before we go upstairs to do a bedtime routine. And I recommend, if you can, to do that. And I also want to say, disclaimer, I can do this now because my youngest is 2 years old now. When I had littles, like really little kids, I just wanted to feed them and then get them upstairs, get them in bed, and then I come down and I clean up after. So you can also do that. But if you choose to clean up after you put your kids to sleep, do not sit down. Do not get on the couch and sit down and relax and get on your phone or do something. Once you put your kids to sleep, come down and get the kitchen clean before sitting down. Because once you sit down, sister, you won't get up and you won't get to your kitchen and the kitchen is a mess. So that's another tip I wanted to give if you want to try. The other thing is, if you're in a season of your life, if you're pregnant or not feeling well or postpartum or just going through a hard time, you don't have to clean up the kitchen at night. You really don't. Like, that is our goal, to have a clean kitchen that we reset before the next day. But if you're going through a hard time right now, don't clean up the kitchen. You have the next day to wake up, inshallah, and to come and to catch up on the kitchen and actually clean it up. It's okay if you don't clean up the kitchen that night because you are exhausted, okay? But if you can and you feel okay, to try to clean up the kitchen before you sleep, because it's such a good feeling when you have a clean kitchen. But that is my dinner routine and dinner tips. The next part of my afternoon block is our bedtime routine. So my older kids have 2 different schedules with their names on it and specific things that they need to do during their bedtime routine. My 7-year-old can do it all by himself, and my 5-year-old, I still have to do with him every step of the way, and my toddler just joins in. So we do a whole routine together. We brush our teeth, we put our pajamas on, we choose the clothes for the next day, and then we read our books. And at this point, I am doing the bedtime routine alone because my husband does work late. So for me, doing everything early and getting my kids in bed early is so important. So I have that quiet time after to relax because I've done the afternoon all by myself and I'm exhausted. So getting them in bed on time, doing their routine on time, is what helps my afternoon flow really well and be organized. And so once we do our routine, my kids are in bed, we did our du'as, we read our Quran, everybody's sleeping, then I come down and that's the end of my afternoon block. And now we go into my nighttime block, which is my time. This is what I want to do. And so if you found value in this video, then you will love the whole playlist that I have of all the routines that I have in my home and my homeschool. If you're interested in checking out that whole playlist, make sure you click the series right now that's on your screen.